Hi, it's been like for Patreon, and it's been going to be playing some more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Okay, here we go with the first race of the Shell Cup, and that is Muumuu Meadows. I do quite like this course, because whilst it is quite an easy one, it does have a very nice aesthetic to it. I really like the music, and the main reason I like this one is because it's pretty much the only course, or one of the two courses that I would play in Mario Kart Wii, because I sort of found the game quite difficult, even though it wasn't really that difficult, especially going back to it recently. But I didn't really like being challenged that much, so I've always selected the easiest option possible. Like with Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I would set the CPU to level 3, and various other stuff like that. So with Mario Kart Wii, I always would select either Luigi's Raceway, I think it's called, or is it Luigi's Circuit? Can't remember, but the Luigi one, or Muumuu Meadows. So I do sort of have quite quite like Muumuu Meadows because I've raced on it so many times and have quite a few memories of playing on it as a child. Mainly because it was pretty much one of the two courses that I was selected. I mean, overall I think I actually prefer sort of more complicated, more complex, and in general more difficult Mario Kart courses, but this is one of the few very simple ones that I like because of the memories that are linked to it. And also it's just a really pleasant course in general, with the jolly music, the bright vibrant colours, the cows walking past. It's just a really fun one in general. So I feel like even if I didn't have the personal attachment to it, I would still quite like this one, although maybe not quite as much. But yeah, in general, this is quite a nice one. And I find if I haven't played Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart Wii in a while, it's definitely a good one to go back to sort of relearn how to play Mario Kart in a sort of way, I guess. I mean, once you know how to play Mario Kart, you don't really need to relearn it, but I guess to sort of get back into Mario Kart mode, I'll sometimes play this one, if it's been a little while. Especially with Mario Kart Wii, since there aren't that many easier ones in that game. Although, as I said, there's also Luigi's Circuit, and I guess Mario Circuit as well isn't too difficult. Well, that's a little bit more difficult. Sort of an intermediate level, of course, I would say. Anyway, let's move on to the next race. I feel like every Mario Kart game has at least 3 versions of a Mario Circuit, and I really feel like they should tone it down a bit in the next one. Because having one is fair enough, I mean it's Mario Kart, you've got to have at least one Mario-themed course. But having 3, or even 2, just feels like way too much Mario in one Mario Kart game. I know that may sound slightly contradictory, considering it's called Mario Kart, but does Mario really need 3 courses that are named after him and themed around him? I don't think so. I mean, I feel like 1 or 2 is enough. And even 2 feels like too much, so probably 1. Like, one really good one is all Mario really needs. Especially as some of the other courses themed around the other characters are often more creative and a lot more fun to race on. I mean, the Mario Circuit ones aren't bad, it's just there's too many of them in Mario Kart. I swear in Mario Kart Wii it's like half of the character-themed ones, essentially Mario Circuit. I mean, I really like Mario Kart Wii. It's got a great selection of tracks, but I do feel like it is slightly let down by the amount of Mario-themed tracks. Which I know is a weird complaint to have about a Mario Kart game, but still, I do feel like there are one too many Mario circuits. I mean, there's even a Mario Circuit-themed battle course in the original Mario Kart Wii. I mean, not Mario Kart Wii, in Mario Kart 8. I don't think it's in the Deluxe version, luckily, but yeah, they even had a battle-themed version. So I do feel like there's perhaps way too many, well not even way too many, but just a few too many Mario Circuits, and variants of Mario Circuit and Mario Kart. I mean, I guess it's kind of a go-to basic course thing, but, you know, I'm sure there are plenty of ideas they haven't used yet that they could use in place of another Mario Circuit, or even just not having 3 Mario circuits in the next Mario Kart. I do feel like in this one, and Mario Kart Wii especially, it would have been beneficial to have a few more unique courses instead of here's Mario Circuit, here's Mario Circuit 2, Mario Circuit 3, Mario Circuit 100. You know, it does get a little bit too much, and a little bit silly in places, when there's that many Mario Circuits. Alright, here is the third race of the Shell Cup, and it's Cheep Cheep Beach. Yeah, this is kind of another consistent thing that I seem to have in every Mario Kart game. Now this I don't mind quite so much, because all the beach ones do feel slightly more unique than the Mario circuits. There's definitely another repetitive theme that I have in every single game. You'll just have like 1 or 2 beach ones. Admittedly, in this game the 2 beach ones are very different. Like you've got Dolphin Shoals, which is essentially an underwater level with beach elements. And then this one, which is kind of like Peach Beach, but, you know, not Peach Beach, I guess. And it's Cheep Cheep Beach, so clearly a different location. But yeah, this is kind of your standard beach one, and there's Dolphin Shoals, which as I said has underwater bits, but also beach-style elements. It's sort of more of a coral reef level than a beach one, but it's still, I guess, seaside theme. So those are kind of the 2 beach ones you got in this game. Which, as I said, is quite a common theme with Mario Kart tracks. Admittedly, beach levels do always look quite nice, so I don't really mind having that many beach levels. Especially as, in comparison to Mario Circuit ones, firstly, the beach levels are way more interesting, and secondly, there aren't nearly as many of those. It's just a sort of consistent genre, I guess, for Mario Kart tracks. I'm not sure if genre is the right word there, but I guess location and type of Mario Kart course, whatever. You know what I mean. It's a consistent thing in Mario Kart. I don't mind the beach ones so much because there haven't been quite as many of them, and they do tend to be a little bit more unique. Plus, it's an interesting aesthetic to have, of course. Although I will say this one is very similar to Peach Beach, so perhaps that's the one exception of ones that kind of, you know, it's the one exception to them being unique. I guess there's bound to be at least one that looks similar to another one. Even with those 2, this only has a few similar elements to Peach Beach, and this does have this jumpy bit, which Peach Beach definitely doesn't have. So it's still slightly more unique, especially when you compare the versions of Mario Circuit and the different beach levels. Alright, let's go for here. Oh no, blue shell. Okay, it's fine, I think. Yeah, there we go. That only slowed me down, but it didn't stop me from winning, so that's good. Alright, the final race is Toad's Turnpike. Personally, I don't really like this one because I feel like the cars, which are the main stage hazard, are kind of more annoying than actually deadly. They just tend to get in the way and make the race not particularly fun. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I'm sure there are some people who love this one, but just personally, it's probably my least favourite, or one of my least favourite in this particular version of Mario Kart. And in general in Mario Kart, it's probably one of my least favourite ones. I mean, there are very few, if any at all, that I actually hate racing on, but this definitely comes close to that. Closer than most, anyway. I don't know, I'm not particularly fond of Rainbow Road, but I can certainly see the appeal of that one. Whereas with this, although I'm sure there are some people who do love this one, I can't quite see why anyone would like this one. Not that you shouldn't like it, I mean if you do then great, but just personally, definitely not one I enjoy. I'm not sure if it's the same or just very similar to one of Mario Kart Wii, but I didn't really like that one either. I mean, this is one where I do quite like the aesthetic, I like the idea behind this one, but the execution just isn't great, because there's just too much stuff going on the screen at one time, and it's kind of a tedious one to drive through. I mean, I like the section where you can go along the wall, and as I say, I like the aesthetic, but other than that, there's not much that I can say that I like about this. Although that's still two more things that I can say I like about it than Rainbow Road, so I guess there's that. Admittedly, the Rainbow Road in this game isn't actually that bad. It's just the Rainbow Road in Mario Kart Wii. And, I mean, there's 3 Rainbow Roads in this one. 2 of them are kind of nasty, but then there's one which is actually pretty easy and not too bad at all. So, I don't know. Alright, here we go. Final lap. Just gonna keep going for a little bit. Oh, sorry about the brief interruption. I mean, I might have been able to edit it out, but essentially the camera battery ran out of charge, so I had to stop for a little bit. But anyway, that's not really important. Let's just finish this race now. I don't actually remember what I was talking about before that happened, so I guess we'll just talk about something else. Yeah, I didn't quite like this section, although overall this isn't exactly my favourite Mario Kart course. I do like this little bit where you can go along the wall towards the finish line. That's kind of quite fun. So at least it's got that going for it, I guess. There's one little bit I do quite like about this course. But other than that, it's not exactly great, so yeah, definitely not my favourite one in the game. Okay, so that'll be it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.